Hello and welcome to Benjamin's Blankets. My Eagle Scout project is making blankets for babies who are born still. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a set of 12-inch baby blankets. One is for the baby and one is for the parents to keep. This is an 18-inch and this is a 12-inch. We're going to be using sharp things like scissors and a rotary cutter and a sewing machine. Make sure that you're careful with all of these and that your fingers aren't going to be in the way. When you're using the sewing machine, make sure the parent is around who knows how to use it or that they teach you how to use it. We're going to show you how to do these blankets in 3 easy steps. You're going to cut, you're going to sew, and you're going to embellish. This is a great quilt, but it's too big for what we're doing. We're going to be making ones that are way smaller. Please do not use fleece because it can tear away at the baby skin. You're going to need 4 things. You're going to need some fabric, a rotary cutter or some scissors, a sewing machine, and an iron and an ironing board. If you want, you can embellish your blankets with buttons or lace. Once you get your fabric, you're going to want to make it anywhere from 12 to 18 inches. And you're going to want to make sure that you have enough for 2 blankets. Some frequently asked questions are, does it have to be exactly 12 inches? It doesn't really have to be 12 inches because we're going to be wrapping this baby up that is about the size of a can of soda or smaller. So it's okay if it's just a little bit smaller. You can have 2 12-inch squares, but you can also have them connected so you can simply just fold the blanket. Now you're going to put the fabric with the nice side on the inside. If you're using the 2 squares, you're just going to line them up. But if you're using the 1 rectangle, you're just going to fold it over. Once you've cut your fabric, you're going to put the nice side on the inside facing each other, and you're going to gently pin it together. If you're using the rectangle, you're gonna do the same thing except for just folding it over and then you're gonna pin it. You're gonna want to put 2 pins 3 to 4 inches apart to mark the opening where you're gonna put in and turn it inside out. When you have that done, you're gonna choose one side and you're gonna sew all the way around in a U shape. Now we're gonna put it on the sewing machine. And on mine, when the fabric ends right here, I know when to turn. You're gonna want to sew 1/4 of an inch away from this edge. And you're gonna sew it. Once you've sewn all the way around and you're at this point, you can take it off and you can go to the next step. Now after that, you're gonna cut the corners. Now if you're using scissors, you're gonna want to put your fingers by the edge because you don't want to cut off the stitching, else the whole thing will become undone. If you're using a rotary cutter, then you just make sure that you don't cut it off. After you've cut off the corners, you're gonna take the pins out. And you're gonna open it and use your fingers to turn it inside out. After you've done that, you're gonna want to get something like this. And you're gonna want to put it in. You're gonna slightly poke the corners out, but not too hard or else it'll poke through. After you've put all the corners out, you're gonna wanna iron it. Make sure that if you're younger, you ask your parents to help you with this. You're going to want to start in the center and poke it out towards the corners and go out so it flattens it. You want to do this with the other corner as well. Now that you've ironed it, you're going to take some pins at the opening and you're going to fold it in so the good sides are touching. And then if you want, you can do a zigzag. And you're going to put it in and you're going to take the pins out as you go so it doesn't ruin your machine. Now that you've done that, you're going to put it in the machine so that this is centered up, and you're going to drop it, and you're going to start sewing. When you get close to a pin, you're going to take it out because you don't want to ruin your machine. In this case, the blanket is already done, but if you want, you can add an embellishment like buttons or lace. What we're doing is we're adding an extra stitch to keep it more stable. There are usually some lines on it, and you can pick which line you want to go on, and you just keep sewing. Now we're going to make a knot to put a button in. What you do is you take the thread and you put it around your finger and then loop over that and then loop it again, but not too tightly so you can pull it off. And then you just pinch it and you have a little knot. Now the place where you want to put your embellishment is usually at the bottom. And the way you hide the knot is by doing it from the bottom. If you have any questions on how to make the blankets or how to help me with my Scout project, then leave a comment on my Facebook page that's right here. The reason I chose this project is because it's really close to me. I was born premature, and at the same time I was born, there were triplets, 2 girls and a boy, and the boy didn't make it. I feel for those parents whose babies don't make it. I want my project to make a difference and to help those parents. The non-profit that I'm helping with my Eagle Scout project is the Lily Pad Project. I showed you how to make a blanket, but the Lily Pad Project collects lots of clothing for babies born still. Here's the items that you can donate right here. Once you finish your blanket, here's where you send it. In addition to blankets, the Lily Pad Project collects money and other donations. Thanks for watching the video. You can look on my Facebook page for frequently asked questions and answers.